You mentioned data earlier, so that's a good question to kind of bring up with you. Which
Yeah.
metrics are most important to deliver for a vendor who makes a living taking impactful pictures that hopefully move units?
Time to market, right? Time to market, making sure basically general managers are just like you and me, right? So if they buy a service, they don't want to deal with anything, right? So if I buy a marketing service and you tell me you can do my Google AdWords, cool. Sign me up. I'm in. Don't ask me for anything. Just get it done.
Yeah.
I have 100 other things to do, right? So for a general manager, for us, if you're going to take this process in-house, or whether you're going to hire a visiting photo vendor, they just want to know that it's done. And so the proof is in the pudding visually. Obviously, the photos need to be great. And if they're not great, then you're not doing your job. That's number one. But number two, are they getting online as fast as possible? So like I mentioned before, photos bring a car to market. Hands down, there's no debating that. Everyone knows that. So the time that you take a car in from trade or auction or however you acquire that car to the point it gets photos, that's your time to market. And so the smaller that you can reduce that, the more money you're going to make gross on the car, right?
Yeah,
Makes
sure.
sense. Now take that to scale at any one dealership. And we have that now down to a science where we have the time to market's displayed. It's given to our dealers every morning. Photo reports are there, and ours is an in-house solution. So there is some work to, solution. So there is some work to do there at the dealership, but the point of an in-house solution is that you have control over it. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to watch it all the time, because that's what you would hire someone like us to do. So you give us a person, we quality control, train, do all that stuff, and are watching that for you. And that's kind of our solution, right? You use our iPad Pros, we have mobile data management, we do everything there. We're in communication with the photographer all the time by talking text, because they're young kids usually, and you just want to make sure that you're on the same page with them. But the main metric is time to market. Then after that, it's what percentage of my cars are online all the time. If you have 100 cars, 10, 15 of them are going through recon, right? Because that's what's going on all the time.
Mhm.
If that number gets down to 60% are online, that's a problem. You have a recon problem going on, or you have a photographer not doing his job, right? So our job is to make sure that that photographer has all the measures in place, lot strategy, all those things with our tool, Photo Assistant, which is what our tool, our app and our tool's name is, to do those things, so the dealer, going back to that, doesn't have to worry about it. So, I think one of our biggest strengths is training and quality control. Like, we get people to do exactly what we want them to do
Mhm.
within 2 days. And when they're done, they're on a path to success. And then every day, because it's photos, we're seeing those come in. So we're quality controlling those photos as they come in as well. And so we're giving those metrics as well, grading the dealer in terms of look and feel, and probably what their customer experience could be. So there's a whole host of things. It's a bigger thing than just photos. It's a process. And when you take this process in-house for a dealership, it doesn't have to be daunting. It can be done pretty easily. Well, not easily, but